Zoom boing! Welcome back to magFAST, 2021. I'm really excited for this next run of Earthbound. There is a bid war going on for the fourth party members. You can keep getting those donations in until a little ways through the run. Let us know who we're gonna have. You can also donate both for the bid war and for the last incentive for the Hollow Knight run that's coming up next, the last run of this year's event. Let's get all those optional bosses in that run. And with that, MyOhMyke, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about what we're gonna see.
Sounds good. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit more of an intro to the run once we get started. Earthbound starts with a nice, long, unskippable cutscene that we're going to have to watch. But as Simplify doesn't really support naming mid wars all that well, unfortunately, the good thing is I got to pick them. And I know, just like you guys, a lot of you out there in chat, I'm really missing the live magFAST and magFAST event this year. So I'm hoping the names put a smile on some of your faces, or at least help ease the hole in our hearts from not having the event this year. This category is called Sans Ness % because we will be playing without Ness. He's going to disappear very early in the run, never to return. We're going to use whoever wins the bid war will take his spot in the prophecy. But I'm ready to go if we're ready to go on time. We'll start it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And I'm going to turn the game back. I've turned the audio down a little bit for the intro. If you've seen Pajama % Earthbound speedruns, the tricks and glitches we're going to be using here are basically the same sorts of out of bounds and wrong warps that we use in Pajama %. I picked up Pajama % first and wanted to do something a little bit different with it, which is how I ended up with this particular category. This is a very glitch heavy category. In fact, right after the intro, I'm going to hit the reset button on the console. We're not going to reset the run, but it's always nice having to hit reset about 60 seconds into a speed run. That's always a great way to start things off. But we're immediately going to be going... No, I'm not. You know what? Not in this category, because this is not Pajama %. And I'm going to do that at least a dozen times during this run. In Pajama %, I would hit reset here, but I'm going to be playing as Ness at least for a little bit here. Just to get through some of the prologue. The difference between, I guess I could explain also, for Pajama % you can see Ness starts this game in his pajamas, but shortly after our first trip up the hill here, our friend Pokey there is going to come banging the door down. In fact, we're actually going to hear it here in a minute. I'm asking us to go help find his brother Picky. But before we can go help find Picky, your mother makes you change out of your pajamas. You really should, get properly dressed before going out, I suppose. And for Pajama % you have to avoid that dialogue. You cannot change out of your pajamas, which does more than just cosmetically change the game. If it was just an outfit change, it wouldn't be its own category, I'm sure. But not being able to change out of your pajamas means you also miss a phone call from your dear old dad. If you missed a phone call from your dear old dad, you don't get his phone number. And in this game, you save the game by calling your dad. So for Pajama % you are severely restricted on where you can save, but you're free to use any sort of out of bounds and wrong warp glitches that are available to you. That also gets limited a little bit by where and when you can save. So it's an interesting route through the game where you have a lot more tools at your disposal than you would in a glitchless category or just an inbounds category. Oops. But you have to be careful how you use them. The biggest difference between this and Pajama Percent is that obviously we can change out of our clothes. We can also save at any save point in the game that we want to. And the only real restriction is as soon as I can, I need to get Ness out of the party. Right there, there's the phone call I'm waiting for. Yes. I have my ATM card. Speaking of which, I have my ATM card. Ness has Ness's ATM card, or I suppose in this case, Mag has Mag's ATM card. Now I'm gonna save the game. All done. Now we're going to go out of bounds and do a wrong warp using a stairs glitch. We're going to see the stairs glitch plenty of times during the run, so if you don't quite catch it here, we're gonna see it a ton. So I'll try to go over it. We're gonna see it a couple of different ways. For this particular trip, I'm using a pre-made save file that's set up here in Threed, who has very low health. In fact, that dialogue box just told me I have very low health. I also have, I think, Sunstroke on this, in this example. So if I don't heal, I'm gonna game over. Hopefully right around there. That looked like the right spot to game over on. Got the game over right on the bottom step as I was stepping up onto the staircase. And if you're really digging into the nuts and bolts of Earthbound, you might be able to explain it a little bit differently. But the way I'm going to try to explain it is that stairs in this game are very, very complicated. And when you step onto a staircase, one of the many things the game does is it's going to move you over onto the staircase. So you're right in the middle of it and you're kind of locked onto a railway. But it doesn't do that by moving you a couple of pixels. It does that by teleporting you to that specific position on the map. So if you get a game over with the correct timing, the game doesn't clear that out of memory. So the next time you take control, the game still thinks it needs to teleport you to that staircase, and it's going to move you all the way there. That basement in Threed, it's not a basement. That underground area in Threed is really convenient in a lot of different ways, but the way we use it first is as a shortcut to part of the game where Ness and Paula get trapped, and Paula reaches out to Jeff, or I should say, I don't know if I've got a good, I don't have a good Colossus roar, but reaches out to Orga here for help. Which I think skips two and a half cities worth of content at this point. Come on. Now we got a key to the lockers. So we're gonna go look in the lockers for a couple of items before we set out on Jeff's big adventure. Oops, we're gonna walk by the lockers. There we go. Oh no, the key is bent and does not work in the locker. Oh goodness. We fell for the same trick again. Every run. Now, the game does not let Jeff leave without a weapon. Whoop, 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 whoop. I don't know why I went to a different locker. I want you to pick up that pop gun so you have something to fight off the enemies with. Save the game. Reset. We're going to send Jeff out of bounds too, but we're going to send him out in a slightly different way. I'm not going to use that save file in Threed. I'm going to use this one set up in Summers. And it's only set up here in Summers because this save point, this phone, is right next to that easily accessible staircase. Nope. Don't want to continue my adventure. This time I didn't get a game over on the edge of a staircase as I'm stepping onto it. I got a game over in the middle of a staircase, and that's a totally different trick. Where the game isn't going to teleport me to the staircase. I'm already on the staircase, but now the game thinks I'm still on a set of stairs. There's my audio cue. And when you're walking on stairs in this game, it's going to let you walk through walls. That's kind of how the stairs work. So since I'm still on the stairs, I can walk out of bounds from the drugstore in Winters and head to the drugstore in Onat. Come pick up the town map. And now I can go out of bounds and go anywhere I want to that's on the town map. Go anywhere that I can any place I can open the town map at. Come on. Yes, yeah, nice. Come on. Don't you go. Thank you. I actually am looking for the intentional death warp there. Save, reset. Yeah, we're going to trip on that staircase quite a bit. Our next stop is actually the Dusty Dunes Desert. And I usually take this from... I'm usually headed from the north to the south here, so if I spend a little bit of time looking for my spot here, that is why. Nope, that's exactly what I wanted. So you see, I opened up and closed the map here, which makes the game load in that tile set, if you will. It's gonna load in the graphics it needs to show this room on the screen. And these two rooms share a tile set. And it's probably better explain that when I can start the explanation from the beginning. But the entire world of Earthbound exists in one map file. There's not separated map data in the game. So what you actually see as like the black or the void is actually another room. It could be another room in the same town. It could be for a different town. It could be a cave. It could be anything. You big bully. Let me think. No, I don't wanna deal with the poison. We'll eat the reset there. Laughably, I need a damage over time effect, but I don't want to deal with the poison. That deals a lot more damage And it's just going to cause me nothing but trouble. I could technically work around it, but my hit points are so low this early in the game. I think I'm just gonna put more resources into it than it's gonna be worth. Alright, let's try that whole sequence all over again. So we're walking through, forget which cave this is. We'll actually see, I believe, either a drugstore or the bakery shop here on the right, just barely. Pop up about here. When I open and close the map, it's gonna load in that house in Onett that you can buy, which is kind of a rundown, beat up little place, just like this little shack in the Dusty Dunes Desert. And since I was able to load into graphics in one room using the map, I could walk over to the shack here in the desert, which is not on the map. That's why I can't just walk over there directly. I have to wander around a little bit. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. Okay. There will come a point where I don't need to worry about encounters. We're not there yet. Stay. You stay over there. All right. No, 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 no. Pretty sure they teach you this in the player's guide, but Earthbound doesn't have random encounters. You can see the enemies on the screen and react. So if you walk away and then walk back to where you're trying to go, they may just despawn and disappear as random enemy spawns, but not random enemy encounters. I walked on the road forgetting I need to get sunstroke here. I do need a damage over time effect on my main playthrough file. That unfortunately means the screen is going to be flickering for a little bit. If that is something you maybe need to take into consideration, the screen will flicker red every time I take the damage over time effect, if I ever get it. It's been a while since I've seen the bad RNG here in the desert. I am due for this. Am I somehow, let me think, I can't be somehow in a part of the game where the status effects are blocked, right? Let me think. Nope, I got rid of Pokey. Got Jeff. Yeah, no, I should be able to get damage over time effects. I'm just having miserable luck. Right? I mean, no. Am I? Did I? Let me think. I may have... The enemies are still here. Enemies are spawning. I'm just getting really bad luck. Because there is a way where we're going to take advantage of it later. I didn't mean to take advantage of it now. There it is. That was just really bad luck. Where you can turn off enemy spawns, which also turns off the ability to get and take damage over time effects. We're going to take advantage of that later. I just didn't mean to take advantage of it. We just got bad luck there. That's why I was talking to myself. I was walking through what I did to see if maybe I triggered something by accident. Boom, 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 boom. I'm going to wait for, I have to wait for critical hit points too. That's a little bit more waiting, unfortunately.
So, Mike, you said the bid war is about selecting who our party member is that's going to replace Ness at some point?
Yes. Let me give you a sec. Hold on. Yes. Since Ness is not in the party, the prophecy specifically says that 3 boys and a girl must save the planet. But Ness is supposed to be one of those 3 boys. We've already decided not to bring him along. But somebody has to take their place. Now, usually, I just bring Pokey along. It's just a little bit quicker to just bring Pokey along. You can kind of just pick him up naturally as you go through the game anyway. But the bid war is actually going to choose who we do take along. We could take Pokey and Picky along as a group, as a pair. I can also bring Buzz. We can bring our dog Donut. I want to use the Great Skip there. We can also bring 1 or 2 flying men, or the Bubble Monkey, all of whom usually join your party on a very temporary basis, and all of whom are guest characters, which means I don't actually get to control them. They run completely on a script. Pokey's script in particular, if I remember correctly, has one option on it, and it's to waste a turn. He's just going to use one of his random lines of dialogue for skipping a turn. So bringing Pokey along is not all that helpful. A little late. Also, Pokey doesn't have any stats, so in the rare occasion where a boss has HP draining ability, it will heal quite a bit off of Pokey. The same thing goes with Picky, except Picky will actually give me a couple of points of damage per fight. Specifically speaking, I have the options available. The Flying Man's probably technically the most useful because it has the best damage output. But regardless of who we pick, we're going to pick them up very late into the run. Which means there's plenty of time to get in donations for the bid war.
Yeah, sorry, don't mean to distract you while you're doing skips. I just wanted to talk up that bid war a little bit more, because I was curious also.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're going to be carrying them basically through Magic Camp, depending on who we get. They may or may not come through Magic Camp with us, but Mike, you big goofball. Might have pulled that in. Hold on. So what I've done here is I've managed to combine 2 tricks into one. I've managed to go out of bounds and get the out of bounds get that text box on the top staircase when the game ties you to the railway. So I have shown you another way to do the stairs glitch, which is not what I was trying to do. Your timing on the last bit of this trick here is very crucial. Hopefully the last time we'll get to show this off for a little bit. Because I'm doing the same thing I did at the start of the run. I want to get my game over here on this bottom step. I want to move my main playthrough file into this room. I just need to add something a little bit extra onto the end of it. Kinda not too fast. Now we're good. I know it looks like I didn't touch the stairs there, and I really didn't. But we got close enough And the dialogue box telling me I'm low on health popped up and interrupted the sequencing, the programming for the staircase there again. It turned on the ability for me to walk through walls, which you have to do to be able to use stairs in this game. You've got to be able to walk through walls. But it didn't get to the point where it locked me onto the staircase, onto a railway. So I'm free to go wherever I want. Not quite where I want to be yet. I think I want to be here. There we go. We're in the Tucson department store. I could have just walked up there. We're here to buy this teddy bear. I don't know if Schrodinger's teddy bear is the appropriate name for this teddy bear. If I spend the time coming all the way over here to buy this teddy bear, I'm gonna get to this boss fight and not need it. If I don't buy the teddy bear, I'm going to end up dying to this next boss fight about a dozen times. I think my record is I game over 12 times before getting the win. But if I buy the teddy bear, usually the teddy bear doesn't even take damage, and then I'm just sad at the lost time. The extra protection of the teddy bear is going to be really nice. It has, and I wish you could see the air quotes I'm putting on this, a 50% chance, I believe, of blocking the attack. So we'll see if the teddy bear will do its job of taking a hit for me. Gotta get to the boss first. This particular out-of-bounds ship you will see in a Pajama% run. This is really what makes this room super useful. Is it shares a tile set. I walked onto the staircase. I was free. I should have held right. I think it'd have been okay. That room, that little staircase room, shares a tile set with Dungeon Man. And the entirety of Dungeon Man is not on the town map. So it's very hard to get over there to him out of bounds without the Soundstone. That's another key item. If you haven't played Earthbound, this Soundstone's kind of the central key plot device item for the game, but we can't get it in RPGs, unfortunately, or that category would be much, much different, I believe. We just have more out of bounds options available for routing. You know, while this room, I think this room actually is on the town map, we don't need it because we're actually just going to start there. In fact, I want to make sure I get nowhere near the X button, which will open my town map. Okay. Heal up. That's a teddy bear. We're gonna head northwest for a bit. But sequences like this are actually why I picked up Pajama%. I thought it was really fun. It's definitely a weird way to play through the game going out of bounds like this. But you also get such a nice little medley of the music that I'm just talking over, of course. There's 3. This is the deep darkness. We're not where we want to be yet. Turn. Here we are. Here is Dungeon Man. We're just gonna not through. I could go get a key item called the Hawkeye here, but I don't need it for this category because we're gonna skip through Deep Darkness as well. You can see there are enemies here, so I do need to make sure I don't run into a fight here, or I'll be very sad. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. goodness. Alright. One more spawn I have to worry about. There's my yellow submarine. Now, we're gonna watch this cutscene with us being on the submarine and going towards the deep darkness. If you are very, very good, very, maybe lucky is the right word. If you do your last stairs glitch just right here, when the background's all purple here, you'll hit a trigger that'll teleport the submarine to the staircase in 3. The submarine can't climb stairs. The background will not change, and you can't open the town map because you're on the submarine. So the submarine will just be swimming there in the purple water forever. And you have to reset. At 8. In order to unlock let me start the whole sentence over. There is a teleport spell in this game, but in order to teleport places, you have to do more than just go there. You have to go there the right way. For the deep darkness, I can't just walk to the deep darkness by going out of bounds. I have to take the submarine or I can't teleport here. That's why I went out of my way to go get on the submarine. For Ness, if you notice, very early in the game, after I got the phone call from my dad, I made sure to go and step outside very quickly. And that was to unlock the teleport to Ness. The other reason why when I did this now is I'm watching that submarine cutscene, turns enemy spawns and damage over time effects back on. We're going to turn both of those things off pretty shortly here. Knock on wood, if we get through this boss fight pretty quickly, that's the next thing on our list after that. So I have to come watch this submarine cutscene early, or I'm going to undo the glitch on myself. I'm not gonna do the 3 skip that I've been hitting my head against the wall on. We're just gonna do the quick one here. I just need to get walk through walls turned on. No big deal. This is going to let us skip all of the deep darkness. I'm pretty sure in every speedrun category, this is a fairly dangerous area. And as you'll notice as we go through, it's aptly named. There's a lot of darkness and void here. Normally you would get an item called the Hawkeye, which would allow you to see in the deep darkness. But since we can just go out of bounds and sneak around all of it, we skip getting that. And since we skipped so much of the game doesn't really know what to do with some certain flags here regarding Apple Kid and Orange Kid. So we're actually just gonna get both phone calls, even though we don't have the receiver phone. So I guess we're just putting our hand up to our ear, and we haven't invested in either of their inventions. Ooh. Yo. Around in a trash can, there's a death ray inside. We're not going out of bounds here. I actually just need to save the game because we're finally getting to our first boss fight of the run. And it's a bit of a doozy. We are, I think, what, we're level 4 or we have 4 EXP? We might be level 1. Let's find out. Yeah, we're level 1 with 4 EXP to our next level. And we're just going to casually take on this boss one-on-one. Can I get some better spawn RNG? Thank you. We are going to be walking through the void here just a little bit. The boss isn't too far away. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right. Now let's heal the full. So I need a couple of things to go right here. The boss has a multiple hit attack. If that hits, that's going to be an insta kill. 1 hit KO, done, hit reset. It hit the teddy bear, so the teddy bear was a good purchase. I need some good RNG off this multi-bottle rocket. That's a pretty nice damage roll, but not quite enough. Okay. Didn't get it off. Wow. That makes me sad. Because I don't know if you noticed, I managed to duplicate that multi-bottle rocket. Which is a really nice trick if you can pull it off. I don't actually have that in my arsenal. I just kind of get it by accident sometimes. But I didn't survive long enough to throw my second multi-bottle rocket. I think even at this level, you can take it out with the boss out with 1 multi-bottle rocket. But 1295 is not a bad damage roll. I just need to get a bottle rocket off, most likely, to win that fight. I just didn't get lucky on the second turn. This is trouble. I don't know if I can despawn him. Quickly, at least. Yeah, that armored fish is trouble. I'm going pretty far out of my way here. Do you mind? I have 2 healing items. I do not. Yeah, I think so. And this is the one big RNG wall. The start of the run. Get through this boss fight. It's a lot more smooth sailing. Which is why it's so unfortunate I didn't get that first, the first fight there. Alright, no armored. Nope, there he is. Alright. I need to shake up my RNG a little bit. I have to go back to the load to the title screen again. Go away. It's so unfortunate they're not spawning till so far in. This has been a miserable RNG run all the way around. I can't remember which GDQ run of any percent glitchless. I can't remember which year it was in. There we go. But there is an Earthbound 90% glitchless run that I think was a finale at GDQ that really went into detail about how you can map out and plan around the RNG in this game. It's very tricky. It's very complicated, and if you know what you're doing, you can save a lot of time with it and really plan out your run. All I'm really doing here is mashing B to get on something that isn't whatever RNG I was stuck on of armored fish being right in my way. Please move out of my way. All right, teddy bear, I need you to eat this one more time. Poor teddy bear. That was not as good a damage roll as I would have liked. I'm gonna take this because we've been staring at this for a little bit. I was really hoping to avoid the nausea, simply because so much of I really only have one more trip out of bounds I've got to work around, but the timing of when you take damage ticks with nausea is different than it is for sunstroke. I think it's twice as fast. But we'll worry about that at the next stairs glitch I need to do. I could also just heal that and then go and get a sunstroke or a tiny ghost or something quickly, and that would also work. But I don't want to see this boss fight again after we finally got through it. But if you want to talk about maybe the Hollow Knight donations, because I know there are bid wars and such for Hollow Knight or the charity, now's a good time to do it because we're going to be leveling up here for quite a bit.
Yeah, that Hollow Knight run, the Hollow Knight randomizer is going to be our last run of this year's magFAST, which has been amazing. I love the success we've seen with this magFAST. We've smashed our goal twice and raised that goal again. I would love to see us get to $6,000 donated to Child's Play by the end of this run, ideally. We just have one extra boss left that's an option for Hollow Knight, the Forgotten Champion. That's our last donation incentive, because you guys have just been blowing through those as fast as we can put them up. So thank you so much to all the donors, and of course to all the fantastic runners we've had the chance to showcase this weekend. And speaking of which, we just got a $14.37 donation from Mice W, who says it's a random donation amount to please RN Jesus.
Oh, my goodness. I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna see if I can pull this off with the nausea and worry about getting some stroke later. But as I alluded to earlier, Ness's dad asks if wants to make sure Ness hat. Oh, that's right. Enemy spawns are still turned on. Crap. All right, let me get through this. Let me get through this fight. But yes, this is that makes sure Ness has the ATM card. In this game, enemies don't drop gil or gold or anything, but when you defeat enemies, your dad deposits money into your account, which you access with the ATM card that Ness still has. Unfortunately, we can't get the ATM card off of Ness, so we have to talk to this person who's just hanging out here in the deep darkness. He will, I guess, hack into our bank account to get the money out for us, but he charges a pretty hefty fee of 100% of our withdrawal. If I withdraw 200 bucks, I'll get 200 bucks, but I have to pay him another 200 bucks. So for money routing purposes in this category, I get access to exactly half of the money I earn, which is not a great return on investment. It's Death Ray. I didn't sell my Sun Guts bill earlier here. I need a super bomb. Better pick up another one. Seeing how things are going. One more for good measure. This is kind of a... This is trouble. I think... Oh, that doesn't work on nausea? There we go. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to call an audible here. I need a bottle of water, which I think I can buy over here. One of you sells a bottle of water. Might be the doctor. Oh. Oh, right. Yes, you travel all the way out here to... Yes, you're a businessman. Yes, I want to buy. Yes. I know. That is expensive. I'm gonna need the extra psychic points here. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna head to the desert again. I don't want to, I don't think dealing with the nausea is gonna be the right way to go about things here. I think I'm already pushing my luck stat enough today. Fun fact about getting sunstroke, though, because Ness wears a hat, it's actually programmed in a game that he's less likely to get sunstroke. At least so I hear. That could be one of those, could be a rumor more than anything, but that is what I've heard, that Ness's hat protects him from sunstroke, which always makes me wonder if, since Pooh has the least hair of anybody in the party, if maybe his chances of getting it's a little bit higher. Which would be really nice in this particular scenario. There's one psychic point. I'm not gonna wander too far. I don't want to run into an enemy. Oops. Good. We weren't here too long. I'm doing things in a different order. Let me collect my thoughts here. The next thing I need to do is get the Franklin badge. That's Winters, out of bounds to... Yeah, this is the right way. I did my shopping trip already. Yeah. I don't need to wait for critical hit points. That's what I was wondering. I don't need to wait to have low hit points for this trip. Because we're not heading to Starman base just yet. There are, you can skip a huge amount of this game, obviously, as you can see. But there are a handful of things that you need to do or the Gygas fight will actually soft lock during one of the cutscenes for one of Paula's prayers. If you don't do certain things, and I think even in a certain order, I haven't goofed around with it too much, then the cutscene for the first prayer that goes back to look at Saturn Valley will actually soft lock because the phase disorders are not where they're supposed to be. So one of the things on the to-do list is fighting the Starman DX at the end of the Starman base. Look at these crows. I can't even get the crow spawns to leave me alone. All right, come here. Fine. Honest to goodness, really want to fight me? You really want to fight me? Come here. Okay. Hey, you. Just charged me. Yeah, drop your cookie too, fine. So we're gonna head into the cabin here, and there's and she's trapped here. She's looking for Mag. Mag's not here. Oh boy, that was a lot sadder than I thought it was going to be in the end. But she's going to give us the Franklin badge, okay? Yes, we'll take the Franklin badge. And at this point, the game turns off damage over time effects. It also turns on the random enemy spawns, because outside, waiting for us, is Evil Pokey. The game doesn't want us to find any way out of fighting Evil Pokey here. The game also doesn't think there's any possible way we could have teleport. So if we teleport off of the steps there, through the cutscene trigger and away, the game is still going to leave off enemy spawns, and it'll leave damage over time effects off until we save and reset. But it'll actually leave enemy spawns turned off until we turn them back on by watching cutscenes like the Pokey fight, or like the submarine, or the cutscene either going into or leaving Magicant, are just a couple of examples. So until we do any of those things, I won't have to deal with enemy encounters anymore. There are a couple of rare exceptions, such as the Krakens in Magicant. That's much later on. I won't have to worry about anything walking through Magicant, actually, until we get to the CB, and I won't have to worry about anything in the Starman base. I won't have to worry about anything in the Lost Underworld. Nothing. But right now, what I need to do is we've got our Franken badge, and I want to get Paula in the party as well. We're about to go on a series of boss fights, and I need to get Paula leveled up, so I want to pick her up as soon as I can at this point. There's just one problem. Of the many ways we can reunite our party, pretty much all of them involve adding Ness back into the party. We could go to the LAM and have Pooh finish his training, but that would add Ness to the party. And there's one more example I'm thinking of. I can't think of off the top of my head here, but that would also add Ness to the party. So I'm actually going all the way over here, open the map here, load in this weird purple room, right? And I'm gonna walk all the way back to the Winter's Drugstore where we started this trip. We're gonna go all the way back there. And if you've been wondering how or if the whole world really can exist on one map here, this is really the best example of it. We're gonna hear basically all the same music we heard all the way back. We're gonna go through Summers. I don't want to touch the map button here because I've got the right room loaded in. If I wiggle over here a little bit, we'll actually go back through the drugstore. We should load into drugstore music. Yep, there's the Winter's Drugstore, and just above the Winter's Drugstore is Carpenter's Mansion. We just skipped all the little fighting and stuff we'd have to do to get over to him. We can just go right to the boss fight. Now that is a fairly long trip out of bounds, but it is a little bit faster than fighting through the enemies, and it also saves me some items and resources I'd otherwise have to use getting through to this fight. But perhaps most importantly, it bleeds off a ton of hit points. I need Jeff to be at critical hit points for one more trip out of bounds, and he just gained 20 some odd levels. He has way too many hit points. So while we're running around doing all of that, he's losing hit points and not gaining EXP to get them back. There's our key to the cabin. And as we leave, there's Pokey. Mag, let's be friends again. I promise to be good, okay? Sure, Pokey. Why not? Ah, I lied. C's alright. That's nice, Pokey. You do you, buddy. So after all of that, we've got the key to the cabin, and we can set our friend Blarg free. Oh, critical hit points, nice. And I make sure he doesn't actually get knocked out here. A little bit closer. Let me check my items too. I got one. Should be good to go for the boss fight here. I'm dumb. I should have given this bad menuing. There we go.
So how much longer do we have on that bed war?
A little bit longer than I was hoping to. It's starting to run. I do have to fight this boss fight. And then there's one more boss fight after that, where it would probably be the best cutoff. So I can give like a 5 or 10 minute heads up, but I'm not quite there yet. Let me buy some skip sandwiches.
The Bubble Monkey is currently winning, so if you want to see somebody else be our 4th player, now's the time to get those donations in.
What also might help stir up some action on that is it can actually be the top 2 that can go with us. Unless Pokey and Picky win, then I kind of got to take them both together. But I'll take the top 2, and if what the top 2 is Pokey and Picky, we'll figure out what to do with it then. But the top 2 will come with us. I've got room for 2 guest party members. Yeah, he's at critical hit points. We've got our one last trip through this 3 skip. Knock on wood, this boss fight goes well. And the nice thing about fighting going to the Starman base in this category is I have hit points. I've actually leveled up a little bit. So if I get knocked out on the first turn, I may actually still get my damage in before I game over. In Pajama Percent, getting hit with Starstorm is just a reset. I think I got to the stairs too quickly here, but I'm gonna see what happens. Yeah, feel the load time. There we go. All right, we are out of bounds. Heal the sunstroke, don't need that. Not necessarily how I want to do that, but you know what? I better pop my where'd my bottle of water go? Oh, who am I on? Bottle of water. I better heal Jeff to full. It's also a fairly long trip out of bounds. But there are plenty of audio cues to use to help me get where I'm trying to go. But it's important that we're able, again, to leave from that particular staircase, because that tile set is the same graphics package used for the Starman base. So we're gonna skip all of that nonsense right to the boss fight. There's the bottle rocket. Cool, we're gonna get a chance to talk about rolling hit points. One of the things that really makes Earthbound stand out from other RPGs are the rolling hit point counters. If you caught the text box there, or took more damage than he actually has maximum hit points. So that attack should have been a one-hit KO, knocking out my only real damage dealer and causing a reset. But in Earthbound, your hit points don't get reduced or increased immediately. They tick up or down one by one by one. And if you can get to your next turn or finish the fight before you hit 0, you will continue to fight. And if you finish the fight before you hit 0, you'll lock in your hit points at that number. I do wonder how routing this game would be differently if it weren't for that, because I imagine that saves quite a bit of grinding for stats. But in most other RPGs, that would have been a reset, because my only damage dealer got knocked out. If you want to pitch a charity or talk about the last, I think there's still one donation sent left. This is a good time. I need to switch out my headphones. They're making the annoying low battery beep. And I definitely need the audio cues in this game. Right. I meant to talk to Dr. Andonuts. I have a text box for theirs, just a little bit longer. And I'm going to talk to Dr. Andonuts just in case. So the last thing I want to do is soft lock the ending at this point.
Can I do a donation?
Absolutely.
We got another donation from Mice W. Thank you, Mice. $11. Who says, Buzz deserves to help destroy Gygus. I have to say, I agree. I love Buzz personally. But with those top 2 characters from the bid war now in the running, it's going to get really interesting here when we see what our party's going to be.
So an interesting thing about exit mice, they don't take you to the exit, they take you to the last entrance you walked through. And since we didn't go through the front door of the Starman base, the last cave we entered, the last place we entered was actually, I can teleport to it, can't I? The last thing we entered is actually the cave right before going to save Paula. I'm gonna try it. Look at that. So I need to come and get the book of overcoming shyness. Our next stop is the Tenda village. And the Tenda are very, very cute, and they very, very much want to help us save the world, but they're extremely shy. So much so that they don't even really want to talk to us. So we're going to give them... we're going to head to the library here. When I remember which room it's in, because I don't usually come here through the front door. There we go. This book that's going to help them overcome their shyness, and then they will help us in our quest, mostly by lifting a big old rock out of the way. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, yeah, I have to use the item out of inventory. That would help. In English, the dog's default name is King. This is the one photo we're actually going to get in this run. Oh yeah, and we haven't set the player's name yet. That's not a... Yep. So we're making our way actually to the last boss before we should really cut it off. We don't have to cut it off at the boss fight. Oh yeah, you're the one I gotta talk to. I'm sorry. But it'll be like 5-ish minutes after the boss fight. The boss fight's really the last big landmark spot where a cutoff would make sense. But I do have a shopping trip I need to do after that, and it's a little more running around before I should go pick up my party members. So I'm gonna say I've got 107 on my speedrun timer here, so we should cut it off probably around 117 would be the time to cut it off. Any donations for the guest party member bid war. And the top 2 will be coming with us through the end of the game. So if you want to get donations in for that, you've got about 10 minutes left. Oh, very important. Don't go fight the boss yet. That's the rabbit's foot that we're going to give to Jeff. It greatly increases his speed stat, which A is going to make him go first in battle, which is nice. But it's also going to make the damage from multi-bottle rockets that I did not go pick up. We're going to wing it a little bit here. It's going to make his multi-bottle rockets a lot more consistent and deal a lot better damage.
just
so.
have another donation.
Go ahead.
Oh, we got 2 donations. All right, we have $10 from Ostrog Hero, who says, "But can you pet the dog?" This goes to Donut. And then $20 from Mice W, Fuzzy Pickles. Donut the dog and Buzz Buzz are in a war for who's gonna take that second place slot. Oh, and chat's right, that unlocked that last extra boss for the Hollow Knight run, so that's super exciting. We've hit every donation incentive we've put up. Thank you so much to everyone who's donated. This is going to help a lot of sick kids feel better during their time of need.
Couldn't use that earlier, right? Alright, I'm gonna give this one more turn here. Come on, give me one more lightning at least. So I was wondering why I was suddenly very far ahead of my splits. Forgot to go shopping. So I'm gonna do something real quick here. Give me just a second. I think the button I'm looking for is this one. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for here. This might be the button I'm looking. Nope. That's modifying my part. I got the menu right here. Hang on. What's the heal button here? The heal button is one of these is the heal button. Oi. One of these does have a heal button under it. Come here. Nope, that's teleport. Oh, that was it. I looked right at it earlier. So because I have the bid war for the character selections put into place here, just in case something funny happened with getting my party members, because sometimes the game can crash when you goof around with your party a little too much. I did put the the debug menu hidden away here in case I need to swap out party members in a way that I wouldn't be able to otherwise. That actually didn't revive my party members. Look at that. They have hit points and they're not dead. So we're learning a lot about Earthbound today. One of these is also give an item. Yep. Let me get my item IDs picked up here. Give me here. 146, that's the number I'm looking for. That's why I was so hard on my splits. That'll do it. That being said, this is actually kind of the ideal situation because all this EXP is going on Jeff now. That's just not how I wanted to go about that. But there is a built-in debug menu in Earthbound. Normally it's a lot more complicated to actually get it to pull up, but you can, with all of the vast array of modding tools available for this game, you can swap it into and on top of other items, including the protractor, which is where I've hidden it for this particular category. The reason why I even tucked it away and had it accessible at all is really specifically in the scenario where the bid war works out where we're kicking Pokey out of the party, but we want to keep Picky. And that's because when Picky joins the party, if Pokey's not in the party, when Picky joins, lots of just weird things will happen. I've had the game just immediately crash and just hard lock. I've had Pokey turn into the meteor from the start of the game. Then the meteor, I should say, let me rephrase that. I've had the meteor turn into Pokey. The meteor that turns into Pokey joins the party. Picky doesn't join the party, and then the game crashes. I've also had neither Picky nor Pokey nor the meteorite join, but a second Picky walks from off screen and joins the party. But that also crashes the game. So in that particular situation, some weird things can happen. Also, if you get the bubble monkey in certain situations, the bubble monkey can also be a little bit goofy. No, 90% of the time, not an issue. But I didn't want to limit the bid war in any way, so I made sure I had the debug menu accessible, just in case something funny like that happened. It also came into handy here when I forgot to go shopping. We're definitely on PB pace though. Alright, teleport to the underworld. This is a good time to, I just saw in chat that there are new donations. This is a good time if you can see them on your end to get to those.
Yeah, we got another $16 from MySW, who's really here for Buzz's revenge. And then another, we have $20 from Ralsy, who says, help me get Donut in there. It is really neck and neck. We have a three-way battle here for those two party spots.
I got plenty of money to go shopping with.
Yeah, it is still close, but we are just about to the time where we're going to have to call that bid war, so if anyone wants to affect that outcome, do it now.
Yeah, let's, since I fell a little behind the boss, let's give it to, I got 1730 on my timer, let's give it to 120. So another 2.5 minutes or so for any last minute.
Remember, guys, it's all for the kids.
Boy.
Mice W again with 1992. Bzzz.
The other way. Save. Reset, and our next trip is going to take us all the way to magicant. Oh, I gotta equip the sea pendant. Don't forget, I better put that sea pendant on as soon as I load my save file back in.
$3 from Jugs, who also says bzzz.
It's gonna time out really well here. I'm loading in for this last should say this last out-of-bounds trip for magicant at least. And as soon as I equip the sea pendant, be right at what I call the end of the time should be. So who are the lucky winners? Because if somebody put in a last minute donation for a flying man, I'll be able to get them on the way here.
Not the flying man. We did get a last minute donation that edged Donut here into second place. So we're going to have Buzz Buzz and the dog. Sorry, Bubba.
Nice.
Next time. Thank you to Awestruck Hero for that last minute donut donation.
This was in the dog. I could, well, hold on. Sorry, I got distracted because I was thinking I could go pick up Donut now, and then I forgot I was still holding buttons down and moving. Let me come back to this door. One thing at a time. We'll go get Donut a little bit later. It's fine. What do you think? You know what? Actually, if I go get Donut later, I think I have to use the debug menu. I think I need to go pick up Donut now. You're right, I do. Should ask before we left. I need to go pick up Donut now. Because when we clear magicant, that's also going to clear us past the prologue. The game still thinks we're in the prologue for the most part. If I were to go back all the way to Onett, it should still be dark out. And be dark out. The aliens won't be there yet. I'm actually gonna have to find a different way to my house even, because the roadblock between my house and the main part of town is still there. You can't see it. That's not the drugstore. You can't see it, but it does still function. If I go over there, Pokey will show up. That's also not the drugstore. Pokey will show up out of nowhere to fuss at me for not going to look for Picky. But that's why I also need to go pick up Donut now, because I can only pick up Donut in the prologue. Save. Right. Earthbound will let you skip around quite a bit. You can do so much sequence breaking in this game. There's lots of different ways to do it. Using the stairs glitch in the town map's not the most efficient way to do it, but it does make for an interesting routing for a speedrun. But it doesn't necessarily like it when you do that. Right now, the roadblock between Onett and Tucson is still there. The roadblock between Onett and Ness's house is still there, even if you can't see it. The roadblock's not the right word, but the barrier, the thing that blocks you from moving between Saturn Valley and Threed, that's still there. fishing a little bit for what I'm looking for. Oop. We flew a little too close to the sun. One more trip out of bounds, and I'm gonna pull up this full map here. Cause I must have missed my audio cue. As I said, the game lets you go out of bounds, and by which I mean if you go too far north on the world map, you will end up in a different universe. I don't know how else to put it. You are no longer within the boundaries of the Earthbound universe. The game doesn't always crash, but it did in that case. That's the Winter's Drugstore. Here's the Net Drugstore. I want to go northwest. Ah! I didn't go northwest, I went north. That's why I was having a hard time finding my queue. Bathrooms. Yeah. I see myself on the map now. Now we're no longer lost. We're just not in the right place yet. Right here. I don't know why the music didn't change. That's really what threw me off. I walked right through the house and the music didn't change. Alright, come here, donut. Yes, come with us, donut. Now that I think about it, BuzzBuzz is right here too, huh? I'm going to save. BuzzBuzz doesn't like joining without Picky. I'm sorry, without Pokey, I believe. So I'm gonna save. If it crashes, we'll add in BuzzBuzz with the debug menu. But if I do this later, all the enemies will be here. I don't want to deal with all of that. Give me a skip. There we go. Be forewarned, the game may simply crash here. It doesn't. If it doesn't, see something a little bit amusing here when BuzzBuzz joins. Nope, BuzzBuzz just flew off, didn't they? So the game didn't crash, but BuzzBuzz is not coming back. We get to listen to this nice music though, right? Yeah, no, let me hit reset. So one of two different things can happen there, and BuzzBuzz decided to just fly off into the sunset. What BuzzBuzz is trying to do, I think, is fly to Pokey's head. If I remember the cutscene, the vanilla cutscene correctly, BuzzBuzz flies to Pokey's head, then flies to Ness's head, and then talks to you. But since Pokey's not there, BuzzBuzz just wandered off. So we'll have to add them in through other methods here. Or I think I may need to add Pokey. That's how this works. I gotta add Pokey. Whoa, 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 whoa. There we go. And that's because Buzz actually isn't a party member. At least not in the sense that all the other guest characters are party members. The game keeps track of 4 playable characters, your 4 main heroes. It also has room for 2 guest characters. Buzz is neither of those things. Buzz, for whatever reasons, on like an on-off switch more than anything else. And then Piggy crashed the game. You know what, Piggy? Piggy doesn't usually crash the game there. Piggy's being weird. Okay, so we'll do this. We'll add Donut in a little bit later. Oh, wait, and he add Pookie back in. And this is why I left a big fat estimate too, not just because of the RNG, but I knew the bid war could make things a little bit interesting. It's also a good chance to really see how the game works. The game does let you sequence break a lot, and it can handle a lot of sequence breaking. But anything involving changing party members, it really has a hard time with. If you're doing anything unexpected. I guess in that way, cutscenes are very strictly programmed. And if a character's not in place, I don't even think the game really freezes there. I think like in the case where Buzz is trying to fly to Pokey, I think Buzz is flying to Pokey and Pokey's at 0-0 or something like that, and it just takes Buzz forever to get over there. And as far as like speedrunning or rounding is concerned, I could have done all of this at the beginning, but this obviously takes quite a bit of time, and the only thing I get out of it is I only get anything out of it if Buzz wins the bid war. But we do still get to see this, since we still have Ness around. Buzz is trying to fly to Ness, who's not here. Sorry, to Mag. So Buzz is flying off to find Mag. We finished the text box. Got all of our plot. Now, until Buzz flies to Ness's head and then properly joins the party, everybody in the party is programmed to stare at Buzz. Buzz has flown off to the east. So as I'm moving to the west, my character trying to face west, to move west, while facing east to stare at Buzz. Which results in this. They're trying to look into completely opposite directions at once. See, when I'm moving to the east, it's no problem. I try to change directions, we got a problem. But this will only keep up until we go inside. To teleport through the boss fight trigger. Swap Donut back into the group.
Let me know when we have a minute for a donation.
Now's a good time, yeah.
We have 2 donations from Balthazar for a total of $16.04. Gotta get in that sweet dono for palindrome hype, and number 2 for Mike's amazing exhibition of just how broken Earthbound can get when you manipulate every trigger.
Oh yeah.
Which the 2 donations combined got us to the very pleasing 5577 and 55 cents. Love to see that we broke that $5,500 mark during that bid war for these characters in Earthbound. Thank you everyone so much, and thank you, Balthazar.
Now we got our whole party together. Now we'll head to Magic Ant. The one guest character I'd love to be able to put into the bid war, but I can't figure out how to get them loose, is Dungeon Man. Because Dungeon Man joins your party for what has to be the shortest amount of time in the game. I think you get to move maybe 2 screens worth with Dungeon Man before they leave. But they're so big and goofy on the screen. I'd love to be able to add them to the group, but I just don't know how to break them free vanilla. I mean, I guess you could add them through the debug menu, but I'd like to get them... I'd like to do it vanilla first. The game just restricts you so much in that particular part of the game. It disables teleporting. Even if you like use a Game Shark Cream Genie code to walk away, teleporting's still disabled, so you just can't teleport anywhere, which is that's not good. There's gotta be a way to do it. I just haven't figured it out yet. And also, as I said, the game has room for 2 guest characters, which is why I think Picky made a mess of things when he joined the party, trying to get Buzz. But that's not always the case. If you add too many guest characters, sometimes the last 2 guest characters you join will just combine into one character. Like in this case, if I were to go get the Bubble Monkey now, Donut will probably still be in the party visually, but he'll follow us around like the Bubble Monkey. If you remember the vanilla game, Bubble Monkey kind of follows you, but he'll stop every couple of seconds to look around, chew some bubble gum, what have you. Doesn't always stick with the party and follow you step by step like they are now. So he'll walk around like the Bubble Monkey. And then when you get into combat, I've been able to keep everybody before, at least keep the last 2 characters before, but sometimes the game will just pick 2 at random. I'm not really sure how it makes decisions in that case. Game really has a fun time trying to figure out how to handle too many party members. We have multi-ball rockets, right? Yes, okay. Oh yeah, but we took it so long to swing back around to Magic Ant. Yeah, there's still no enemies on the screen, which is fantastic. Because even with speedrun strategies, even in glitchless when you get here, I'm pretty sure Magic Ant's a really scary place to be in the speedrun. But especially in Pajama Percent when there used to be enemies there, it was a tough place to be. I'd have to keep a chart next to my screen of how to run away from enemies, because unlike most situations, you actually had to stop and say, okay, I need to put specific status effects on specific targets to be able to run away, or I'm just going to game over here. And normally in this part of the game, if you haven't played Earthbound before, normally you're just here as Mag all by themselves. So in a vanilla playthrough, if it's your first time through and you get to Magic Ant and you're not ready, you don't know what's coming, you could really be in some trouble. This is a tricky place to be. It's not necessarily an easy part of the game. But being able to turn off the random enemy spawns and go out of bounds like that lets us bring in our full party, which is nice, because we're just going to have Larg throw multi-bottle rockets at everything, which is going to solve the how do I defeat my enemies problem. Also means I'm going to have all 4 party members, which means it's going to keep me pretty safe. I can heal if I get a bad speed roll or something happens to Larg. I can res him. Paula's going to get some EXP here, which is nice because I don't know if Paula's gotten EXP yet. You're going to come right down at me, aren't you? No, you're gonna stay over there. Stay over there. Stay over there. Thank you. Additionally, what's nice about having Buzz is Buzz has a script for exactly one boss fight, which is the Starman fight right at the beginning of the game. And Buzz's script is to put up this very powerful PK shield on our first turn, on their first turn, which means we're going to start every fight with that PK shield covering our party, which is great because the most difficult part of the Gygas fight is surviving the first turn long enough to get your PK shield up. Once you do that, you're pretty much home free. You do still need to get some nice damage rolls. You could still, you know, not deal enough damage and then be in trouble. But you get past the first in the Gygas fight, you're pretty happy at that point. You can start looking at the clock and you know, making an estimate of when you're gonna finish your run. So bringing Buzz along is going to make that first turn on Gygas pretty quick. If Buzz can outspeed Gygas, there should only take one try. Also, at the end of Magic Camp, we get the nice big long lore dump here. That's nice. We're learning a whole lot of story. Whatever. magFAST is gonna level up here. magFAST is level 1, and Mag has gained 200,000 EXP. So now's a good time to do any kind of donation reading, charity pitching, incentive advertising, whatever kind of hosting the host may need to do. This is a good time to do it.
Wonderful. We did get $20 from Joe Compton, who says, Fuzzy Pickles, I love this game and magFAST. Good luck with the rest of the run. Thank you, Joe. Just have a few $100s to go before we would hit that $6,000 mark, which I think would be fantastic for us to hit tonight. Be a great number to end on. I hope everybody's excited for that Hollow Knight run that's going to be starting up in a bit here. We've hit all our incentives. The character bid war for Earthbound is over, but that doesn't mean the donations have to stop. Obviously, we want to keep that hype train rolling, and Child's Play is always a great cause, no matter what we've got on the docket.
Yep, 8 more levels to go.
All this experience despite not being there.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate that the EXP is hard-coded to go to Mag here. A, because all these text boxes are wasted. I can't use any of these stats. I can't use any of these levels. This is just empty mashing. But it'd be really nice if this could go to Paula, to Org, to keep her safe for the Gygas fight. But no, unfortunately not. The screen, I'm actually going to stop matching it for a second. This cutscene is going to feature rapidly moving images that in every re-release of Earthbound, as rare as those have been, has been modified. So if you're photosensitive, you may want to look away for about 30 seconds starting now. I will let you know when you can look back. It's going to start out pretty slow, but it does pick up. For me, it just hurts my eyes. There we go, all done. Now you can see we have Mag, Org, Roar, Donut, Buzz, Paula, Jeff, and Pooh on the screen as the developers definitely intended. And now we're going to teleport to Saturn Valley. And why am I narrating what's on the screen here, you ask? Well, it's very simple. I don't know how to teleport to Saturn Valley yet. And it's very important I know how to teleport to Saturn Valley. To unlock the teleport to Saturn Valley, you leave Saturn Valley and walk back into Saturn Valley. And if I don't tell myself this every time, I promise you, I would have kept going through this speed run. I would not have unlocked the teleport to Saturn Valley. I would have gone on to pick up my meteorite, and I would have tried to teleport to Saturn Valley and realized I've lost 10 minutes of my speed run to not being able to teleport to Saturn Valley. So if I don't give myself that speech every time, and we do need to go to Onett, but I'm actually going to teleport us to Deep Darkness first. Let's go shopping. We're actually going to go to Onett through to Winter's Drugstore. I know that route from Pajama Percent for one, but for two, wow! I'm gonna put my feet up and we can watch what just happened here. Look at that. Look at that. I teleported through a magic butterfly. And I'm lucky that Paula was still on the right side of the screen there, because I've actually had it where the butterflies had to flutter the entire length of the screen to finish that cutscene. Wow. That's amazing. Okay. If I teleport to Onett, all the enemies are going to be back, first off. So aliens are going to be there. It's going to be dangerous. I also can't teleport to my house. And I'm pretty sure the roadblock between my house and the rest of Onett is still there. Can I do quick math? Leave my other 50 bucks aside, that's fine. Look at this. Ooh, I almost finished that teleport. Which I do not want to do. Here. Sell. Don't sell the sea pendant. Why is the sea pendant not equipped? Did I not? I guess I didn't. It's a good thing. It's a good thing I saw that. Definitely need the sea pendant. Have any on hand? Nope. But at least two. And I better just buy a bunch of bombs because I've seen how my damage rolls are today. Or might have one. Yeah, we're good. Whoopsie. We'll just use beta. Now, Buzz may or may not be on the screen as we go through. I don't think I talked about this before. Buzz is still in the combat party. And should be there for the Gygas fight. I'm gonna be very upset if something's happened to Buzz, but Buzz should still be there. Buzz just doesn't always appear. I don't know what the issue. Yeah, see, there's Buzz. I don't know why Buzz leaves and comes back visually on the screen, but Buzz is in the combat party. Come here. All right. Wait, Mike, you dummy. I gotta go back to Saturn Valley. No, I don't. I'm going to Onett. I skipped a bunch. Skipping pretty far ahead in the run here. I was so busy thinking about the Gygas fight, I forgot to actually get to the Gygas fight first. Yes. This is a fairly long trip. And we gotta go taking a roundabout path to Net, simply so we can keep our out of bounds walk through walls abilities intact for the trip to Net. There we go. Goodness. Good grief. Look at that sprite lab. Look at all the... Oh boy. Look at all these enemies on the screen. And I don't... I ran into Starman. I ran into Starman. That scared the heck out of me. I ran into Starman. Phew. I didn't know what the heck I did. Because I was just... I just started saying the sentence, I can't get into encounters during a stairs glitch, but you can fight Starman. Oh, that scared me. I thought I ran into that alien. I was so confused. Okay, at least that makes sense. Yeah, give me my 6 EXP here. And I'm hoping that shouldn't break my, I guess we're gonna find out here immediately, aren't we? No, we're still out of bounds. Oh. My goodness. Yes, give me that meteorite piece. I've learned so much today. I didn't mean to learn. Saturn Valley, let's go. Whew. Yeah, because we got Buzz in the party. I forgot Buzz was in the party, so that fight is active. Everybody gets electrocuted when you fail a teleport, like so. Theoretically you're moving too fast, so fast that your built up PSI energy fries you. The reason why certain characters may not blow up is that they're not meant to be in the party when you have teleport. That's why Donut turns into a weird collection of sprites, because there's no failed teleport sprite for the dog. If Pokey or Picky were in the party, they would not blow up. They would just be standing there. Same goes for the flying men, I believe. I think Pajama Ness, I think, also doesn't blow up. I can't remember, though. We're about a minute away from it, but this next cutscene also features quite a bit of bright white flashing on the screen. I will let you know when the scene starts and when we're done. It also includes what has to be a dentist troll, just to be forewarned. Yeah, so I'm hitting yes here, so we're about to start this cutscene. And if you are still watching, there's our buddy Mag. We're building a robot body for Mag. As far as what we're doing plot-wise here, we're in the right place to fight our enemy Gygus, but we're not here at the right time. We need a different machine to send us far enough back in time to fight Gygus. And we have one. Unfortunately, that machine cannot teleport living things. So without any explanation as to how, or any sort of explanation, conversation about the ethics of, or what this could just mean for the definition of humanity and our place in the universe, we are taking our souls and putting them into robots to send the robots back in time to go fight Gygas. And we're just going to do this without any further conversation on the subject. We're gone. We're leaving. The cutscene is over. You can look. And then I forgot the face order does this, but you can look since it's not as bad as the one we just ended. And now I can save my game. Last save of the game. Communicate. All done. Reset. My only experience with Earthbound speedrunning is this category, and I swear I've run it before. It's been a little bit ugly at parts today, but it's this category and Pajama Percent. I don't know if the strategy is different in glitchless or not. But our strategy for the Gygas fight here is pretty simple. We need Org on her first turn. We need Paula Org on her first turn to put up PK shield to defend the party from Gygas's attacks. And then we need some good dice rolls on our first turn. If Gygas uses its highest power attack, that will probably one-hit KO the party if it gets by the shield. And usually Paula's not going to outspeed Gygas here, so I need to survive the first attack. If that doesn't happen, there is some backup strategies. I could throw a boiled egg over to Paula, try to make sure she gets through the first turn. Yeah. Speaking of which, or we could get a gut save to get us through the first turn, but really I'm just hoping that Gygas doesn't open with its ultimate attack. And from there, you just want to make sure any damage you deal gets dealt to Pokey. Any damage you deal to Gygas in this first phase will be reflected back to, I think, a randomly chosen party member. Which means I'm looking at you, Donut. Donut's script is to attack one enemy at random, so if Donut attacks Gygas, it will be reflected back to us. Now, thankfully, Donut's not going to deal a ton of damage. Shouldn't be a big thing to worry about. The other thing to keep in mind is, thanks to the bid war and the viewers at home, we have Buzz with us, and Buzz will open up a fight with a PK shield. So I'm just going to have Paula deal damage on the first turn and let Buzz handle the shield, but it's still the same strategy. If Gygas outspeeds Buzz, I need to not eat critical damage here, or we may just end up having to hit reset. Oh, but Buzz got some good RNG out of this cartridge, finally. Buzz went first. We had the shield up. That is one hit on my shield. We're gonna open up with a full round of damage. Add damage roll. That's okay. Add damage roll. We got through the first turn, and that's by far the scariest part of the fight. Hits on the shield. Buzz should refresh the shield on their next turn. That's the worst damage roll. But we made up for it by being able to deal damage with everybody for 2 full turns. So that's nice. We're through the first phase of the fight. For the second and third phases of the fight, Gygas has 3 separate attacks that they will choose at random. One of which, I don't think it's PK Freeze. I'm gonna call it PK Freeze. It has a chance of freezing Paula, freezing the party, and causing them to lose a turn. That's bad, but it doesn't deal a ton of damage because of the Seed Pendant we have equipped. Another attack that they have is PK Thunder, PK Lightning. I did not move the Franken badge over. Did not move the Franken badge over. That's the one item I didn't check. I don't think I moved the Franklin badge over. But the Franklin badge would normally reflect that damage. The last attack I guess has is PK Flash, which has the chance to just one-hit KO a party member. Kill him dead. That's it. But the C pendant will completely block that attack. Nope, defend. So the only thing I have to really worry about here is lightning and losing too many turns. We're through phase 2. So I don't need to deal any more damage at this point. I just need to use my Prey command. Unfortunately, I cannot stop Buzz from using their turn, nor can I stop Donut. Now, moment of truth. Gotta get through this cutscene. If I've forgotten to do anything, if I've done something in the wrong order, if something is slightly awry, this cutscene is usually the one that will soft lock and prevent you from completing the fight at this point. But it's pretty. You have. I mean, I'd really have to have. That'd be a pretty special run. To forget to do something that would soft lock this at this point. I know the run pretty well at this point, so we're good. But man, that Mr. Siren takes a long time to come back sometimes. We should be good to go for the end of the run now. We're just playing out the last 8 turns. Ideally, I guess we'll take out all of my party members except for Owag. Just for the purposes of not needing to menu through their turns or read their text boxes. Yes, so this is the Runaway 5. As you remember from our adventure, the Runaway 5 is a traveling band who take on some pretty bad contracts and stuck in some quite a bit of debt due to the contracts they take on. So we have to help them out, and in return they give us a ride on their super cool Runaway 5 bus, which is loud enough to literally scare away ghosts. Which proves useful in one part of the game. Who's next? I think we go visit Wog's family next. Yes. I don't know why it's not on this side. I keep forgetting to look this up. I'm pretty sure Paula's parents run a preschool. So this is Paula's mom and dad and all of the kids back at home who miss Paula very, very much. And if you were to take some time at the end of the game, the post-game, I should say the post-game credits, the post-game in Earthbound is really quite sweet. There's a lot of, you can basically adventure on the world because your adventure's over, so you can go around and say goodbye to everybody you met, go check up on your friends and such like that. But right after the boss fight, you actually get 3 letters from your family members who are writing to check on you. or at least writing because they missed you, and that includes a letter from the preschoolers to Paula, which is super cute. This is back at Snowwood, where Warg's friend Tony and the rest of their classmates and their professor suddenly got very, very worried about how Jeff was doing. I see the 5 hit points there. I'm trying to think what I can do about this. This is Alam. It's Alam Scrub. This is the Lam. Where Roar is from. Where Roar is the prince. And his mother, I think it was his mother or his sister, had a premonition that Roar had died. So they're also very worried. I'm going to spend a turn here. Healing real quick. I remember where that button is. I don't think that was the button I wanted to hit. There we go. Really? Don't you do this to me. Tigus, you big jerk. Just don't worry about that. I got something for that too. What a big jerk you are, Gygus. I know. Don't worry about it. I got, we're going to skip ahead a little bit here. What a punk. And I'm not going to reset the whole fight because I know I'm already overestimate. I'm going to do this. What a jerk. That happened because somebody, I'm not going to name, somebody forgot to move the Franken badge over. I completely forgot. So I'm looking at the list here. I already see. Where did we leave off? With the llama? Here's what we'll do. Watch this. So we'll use the debug menu again here. We're gonna see the ending. We're gonna see this doggone ending. We done did all this work. So the next prayer would have been, I think this is actually the last one we watched, but we'll watch it through again. What a big jerk. And it's not his fault, it's my fault. I didn't move the Franken badge over. But the last cutscene we watched was with Frank, who is the first major boss that you fight in the game. And after you defeat him, he turns good and starts working at that fast food place, actually. Then, after that, here's an error. It is 59. The next prayer would have been, and we could stop the timer here. I'm just going to go through the last couple of cutscenes here and end this game the way it should be ending. Would have been our prayer reaching Mag's family Mom very, very upset. Did Donut just come through the front door? Hold on, I never noticed that before. The door slams, and then Donut okay. I guess it could be a doggy door, but I don't know about that, right? That just leaves, of course, one last event to watch. I don't think the Lost Turn is actually in this list. Oh, skipped a little too far ahead. This is post-game. Yeah. One more cutscene. I hit the wrong number here. Where is... Defeat the Gygus. $75. Oi. Where's my protractor? There it is. It said 75. I hitting the wrong thing? Oh, is that the music list? That's the music list. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Thank you, big goofball. Oh no, can I not watch the last cuts? That can't be right. No, I can't not watch the last. We may not be able to watch it actually, because I don't want to throw everything off. Schedule, is it really not in this list? No. Gygus fight. I've got every prayer listed here except for the last one. Really? Stop. Yeah, it looks like that's the case. Because it says this should be it. But clearly, it's not. Clearly, this is the end of the game. I'm gonna try one more number and then, may just need to call it there.
Thank you, stream admins, for changing the time estimate to Buzz.
Thank you. Come here. Protractor. Events. Yeah, I guess not. What a shame. I am very sorry we're not going to be able to watch a big breakdown at the end. I can't believe that's not in the event list. I got everything else listed here except for the one thing that I need to skip to the end of that fight. What a bummer. Man, I'm a little upset by that. I'm a lot upset by that. I am very sorry. Oh, that is RPG speedrunning for you, though. It just takes one misplaced menu to really throw things off sometimes. So that is how it breaks down sometimes. And one menu that I forgot quite a while ago, actually. I usually take care of that menu after the after I get Paul to join, or when I pick up the C pendant, and I forgot to do it then, and it wasn't until much later I realized I done goofed up. So that is the pitfall of RPG speedrunning sometimes.
Chad agrees with me. That was still an incredible run. So much fun to watch. I've had tears in my eyes. I'm laughing so hard at this game.
Thank you, thank you. I just feel bad when things can't end the way that they should sometimes. But I'm glad chat had fun. We definitely got to explore lots of in and outs of this game that you'd never get to see, especially in like a glitchless speed run. It's a fun game to just goof around in if you want to mess around with the debug menu, or with some of your like routing and out of bounds options. The best bet's going to be starman.net really for codes and things like that, but also Earthbound discords. You can find the link to those at speedrun.com. But thank you for inviting me. There is one more run left, and I can't see the donation total yet, but we're almost to that next goal. We're almost to 5,600. We're almost to the goal too. So please stick around for the Hollow Knight run. I think that's a randomizer run. That's going to be so much fun to watch. So stick around for the finale, and let's push our way towards the last goal here.
We're gonna take a really quick break here because I know we're running a little behind schedule, but we still gotta get set up for Ninny's Hollow Knight run. Everybody keep that buzz, because buzz is just another word for hype. Going through this final run. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us, for donating. I'm gonna pass off hosting duties to Waffle Y Bread for this final run, and I will see you all next year.